Now, 1pg best Discord bot, that will be our title, and we'll have a favicon or an icon for that later. So 1pg, that's the brand. Now we want to insert our icons along with some links, so that's what we'll do. So home features like that. So we want a div. We don't have to type div, we can just type this shorthand for a div. The default element is a div. So there we go. So we got a div with class collapse, just collapse, and then navbar collapse. So what I'll show you what collapse does in a minute, as we need the for syntax so I can show you. So now navbar item active. There we go. With active, we don't want two active list items with a navbar, because both can't be active at the same time like that. You can't be on two routes at the same time. So navbar expand. So what we want is, we're going to check if we have all of these classes. I think that might be the problem. I think we need navbar expand class. They keep updating the they update it quite a lot, so it makes breaking changes sometimes. So large, it expands at large. So, oh, there it is. Oh, I pranked myself there. So it was hidden. It was there the whole time. So at a certain breakpoint, when the screen's small enough, it's gone. And that is called navbar expand. Let me show you a demo of that. Not on this page. I'll use an old application I have. It should take a while to load up as the Heroku server is sleeping. It does that because I don't pay for it. Now, so this is the first app I've ever made. It's not very good, but here we go. It's okay. So this is what it should be doing. This is what this is its current state right here. So we want an icon that expands it like that. So now we're going to we're going to copy and paste this. So button, remove button, span. There we go. So we want the class navbar toggler. And then see if this works. Type button. Navbar nav. There we go. Commas. Ding. Done. Should be done. But we need an ID that is navbar nav, which is here, ID navbar nav. So an ID should look like that. So now we can expand it, and the ID of this, the ID here should be navbar nav, and it points to this. It points to this element which is hidden. So that toggles whether it's expanded or not expanded. So now if we remove these extra JavaScript things, scripts, it doesn't work. So it relies on Puppet to work, I believe, or something relies on Puppet. I think it's tooltips, which we might use, but there we go. So we're gonna have a link to commands, and then we also want a special little icon i.fas. so let's make sure command terminal, we can have terminal. This we're going to use code, and now FA code, fas.fa code. This is the pattern that you'll see in Font Awesome icons, which makes it a lot easier to use. So now commands, we don't need that, we can just type it p commands. There we go, that'll do. Or expand so it's not on a different line. And then we could do with margin left 2. So this adds 2 margin to the left of it. Let's look at that. If you don't know the CSS box model, it adds 2 margin to the left. Now if we add margin 2, ML2, as you can see the margin is increasing, and the max is 5, but we don't need that, we only need 1. We could add padding, that would be more suitable. Margin might be a bit overkill, so padding does the same thing in this context.